one more series to go, ladies and gentlemen. Luminosity versus Evil Geniuses to close out the day. Will we see another Game 5? We'll have to wait. But I want to talk about Evil Geniuses' first study. And, you know, we've seen some life from them. This is a new roster, you know, kind of feeling their groove. But they're going to be going up against Luminosity, who's been looking shaky. So there's definitely got to be some opportunity, I would think, for them to capitalize.
Oh, yeah, definitely. After yesterday's performance out of EG, we're talking about a team that went 0-12 round count in control. And they dominated in that control yesterday with a 3-0 fashion. You have players like Apathy stepping up. Phantoms, he's making a name for himself. He had a 1.83 respawn. Like, the only map they lost yesterday was the S&D, and to keep that in mind. Every other map was basically a smoke fest besides the first one. It was really close, first map. But then this third map was a smoke fest out of side of EG, and that was something that I wasn't expecting, going 0-12. In rounds,
they didn't even win a
single round, and they just dominated.
What was also impressive was how good Phantoms was in the Hardpoints, right?
Yeah.
Like on that first map, he used a can on frequency and just dominated. He just played great. Both Respawn stepping up to the plate here in the Pro League. And, you know, this is an EG team with some talented players, some world champions on it. I think a lot of people had higher expectations for them at the last event. And, you know, they kept Exotic and Attach as well, who were the best players on their last team. So people are just kind of wondering why this team didn't work. So definitely have to prove a lot to their fans at the moment.
Of course, so now they have this, like, Apathy starting to play a lot better than he was in the past, and now this team has time to grow. Like, that's one thing for when these teams make fully new rosters. With Pro League, they have this time to actually go through the game modes, scrim in the back, actually work out kinks, excuse me, and become a lot better as a team, function on a higher level than they were in the past. London, they did not perform. Fine, granted. But now they have the time, put that in the past, and figure it out.
I think what was also tough is I believe they like tried switching like Cap and Phantoms, like Maniar and Maddox role, and I think J-Cap is probably not suited for a Maniar in this game. Like, he tried it, so I think having Phantoms as Maniar is probably a little bit better. But on the side of Luminosity, like, what's going on with these guys, man? Like, they win that event, they look incredible. Gunless remains one of the best players in the game, and they've just been dropping the ball lately. It's been so bad. Like, if they lose this series,
LG's an enigma. They're just an enigma. Like, nobody can put their finger on exactly why they're struggling like they are. But they are. They're just right now. They just don't even seem to be a good team.
There's no way they should lose this match, though.
Realistically, they should not lose this match. EG's a new team. They are a championship team. They should not lose a match like this to this Evil Geniuses team. But if they did, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, I think that's kind of the sad point is, right, they shouldn't, but we're all saying now, well, I mean, we wouldn't be shocked, Study, if they did.
It's just some inconsistency out of certain players, and the teamwork is just not always there. It's just like, I don't know, it's just sometimes you have one player that's going to go off, and he's going to feel like he needs to do more on the map. You have a player that's going to be doing terrible, and he just feels like he needs to fly out on bait. Like, you just need to get on the same page, because just watching you guys over these last couple of days, it's horrific. You guys are champions, and realize your mistakes. You guys should understand what's going on and definitely how to fix it.
I mean, well, when we talk about some of the better teams in the game and in this division, when we talk about Gen G and we talk about Optic, even FaZe, in the hard points and in the controls, they wait for each other. They slow down, they wait for their teammate to get there, they throw those jiggle peeks, and then they challenge as a team. It's easy to watch. It's fluid on your screen, and it looks like these guys are communicating, and they have that teamwork. When you watch Luminosity, it's like they're playing on their back foot. Like, one guy will try to go out and get that first kill and try to initiate, and if it doesn't work, they're playing from their heels. They're down like 50 points.
You're already split pushing if one or two go out of their way and do that.
And you're relying on a big play. You're relying on a big play out of an individual on the team, and at this level of play, at this point in the game, it's probably not going to work out for you. And this is the exact problem Luminosity had when they were bad in the Pro League previous to their victory. And it's come full circle, and it's hit them once again. And how will they get out of it this time? Last time it was slacked. Last time it was classic. They stepped up and they got out of that rut. I just don't know if they're going to be able to repeat that once again.
Well, that will be the question. Can they repeat those performances? Can they step up to the Luminosity game? And we know they can be. And what will happen with Evil Geniuses? We are about to find out, because we are getting into our last series with Ben and Chance.
Thank you so much, Katie. And I think Pac-Man hit the nail on the head here. This is a series which you really don't think LG should lose. They're a championship winning team. They should beat the CG squad, but at the same time, would it surprise you if they did lose? No, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, I think ultimately the only analysis that's really appropriate to give when these two teams play, and of course on the day that we have, is what's map 5 going to be. That's all that's going to matter. It's just going to be a game 5. That's just the way it is. And of course, well, the map at the final is Arsenal, and honestly, I will have the exact same analysis no matter what map popped up of LG has actually been pretty solid in the game 5.
Doesn't matter. Here's why. You know the little graphic on the left-hand side, which shows you all the series that we've had so far? Team on the right has won every single one of them. So there's my analysis. EG in 5.
Okay, so now we're just not going to have a game 5. I feel like now we've gone too far. I think we've jinxed it. But if it does, we'll keep your left-right strategy coming.
Hey, we may as well just fully invest into the storyline. We'll see.
Because I mean, here I was thinking, I was like, Tommy's hitting these shots because he's such a good sniper. But no, it's just this side of the stage he was sitting on. Clearly, that was the difference. Because we never see Tommy hit snipes like that ever in his career. It doesn't happen until today. No, I refuse to accept this.
One thing which is
I refuse.
Which is important. Oh, apparently I'm supposed to flip a quarter here for who wins it.
Do you know how to do this? Yeah, I know it's an American coin, so.
So do you want what do you want? Who has who? We have to decide who has who.
We'll go heads for LG, tails for EG.
Okay.
There's too many G's on there. You gotta do the thing.
I'm not stupid.
You gotta show them. Yeah, they can't trust me.
It's
tails.
It's
No, tails was for EG. So EG by the coin flip, if you trust us, because obviously we didn't get to show you, because holding coins is hard. You work with your thumbs 12 hours a day to build up the dexterity to hold a quarter. Come on, Ben.
It's American money. I'm not used to it.
That's fair. The ridges are smaller.
It's weird. It's like Monopoly money.
There's even a British guy on the coin, too.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah, big old Washington. He fought for you guys.
Shout out to him.
Changed teams. He made a roster change.
Dearie me. One storyline, which I would like to give some love. Apparently, yesterday in the building, I feel like I've talked about Patman a lot, but apparently Revan came up to me today and he said he was a little upset. I said, why? He said, Patman walked past me yesterday. He said, you're the worst coach in the league, and walked right off. Revan, not too happy about those comments, that's for sure. But in terms of the way this EG squad that he has inherited has played, I mean, they've had moments where you think, all right, they're starting to heat up, and then all of a sudden there's moments where you think, ooh, this hasn't gone well.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about like the coaching that Bubble brings to the table, he has assembled a half and half world championship roster, right? Like Jake Cap and Attach won a chip together, or a ring, I should say. Half of these got 2 under his belt. So does Jake Cap have 2, by the way? Or does he just have the 1 for AW? This is, my COD knowledge doesn't go back. He does have 2? Okay, so you got 5 on the team.
I want to point out, we just had this conversation about apathy.
I know,
and do you want to tell the people which was the championship you forgot he won?
No, I don't. I don't want to talk about that at all.
It was last year's. Yeah, that was.
I literally forgot.
You just got to look with a blank stare. I'm like, no, he has 2, and that's for sure. But to your point, he's assembled this squad with a ton of rings.
It's very fair. 100%. As much veteranship as you could possibly pair with. Granted, Exotic has been around for a while, but Phantom's first shot in the Pro League. He's been here for 3 days now.
Right. But here's the thing, and I'm glad the camera was just on apathy for this, because throughout the entire season, whenever App hasn't played too well, and I'm going to preface this with, I think he's a phenomenal player, of course. The man.
I mean, he's got 2 rings. Yeah, we started with that.
He's insane. But the one thing they always say about App is, well, towards the end of the year is when he comes into full force, right? And throughout the start of the season, the excuse has been, well, give him time. Give it a little bit of time. Wait till the end of the year. There's only so long that you can use that as an excuse.
I'm sorry, I ignored that. Do you know which ring I forgot J-Cap got? The one with Denial, when he got with Attach. In my head, I was like, well, I know we won with Envy. I remember that one, but I couldn't remember the one that I literally had just talked about.
Nice.
I'm amazed that I can do this job, Ben. Like, genuinely just amazed that it works out.
Would you prefer coaching? Because you and Revan could just do a tactical substitution if you want.
No comment. Absolutely no comment.
God, what a year we've had so far, Chance. It's been fun.
Yes, it has.
So many Game 5s. It's not over yet. We have so many more events still to come. Of course, 3 more big ones. The rest of the Pro League, some cross-divisional play mixed in there as well. A lot of Call of Duty action. And we had this conversation on trading shots, and it seems we have some time. The players waiting to get into the lobby. I'm going to ask you, because I think, honestly, you'd be a great addition to trading shots. You're very good at articulating.
Undefeated.
Leading your arguments.
I am undefeated in trading shots.
Been on 1, right?
No, I've been on 3, I think.
3? Never lost?
Never lost.
Wow. That's actually impressive. I swear I just heard Patman say something in the background like, I beat him.
Yeah, and we know that's not true. And like, unless the scoring system is different, head-to-head, there would be 0 chance of ever winning.
Anyway, what I was going to say is the conversation that we had, and I had
maybe if Nameless is the host. Maybe. And even then, like, I don't know. The show was like custom built for me.
Okay. Well,
I know, but like, dude,
can I ask my question?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Out of all the teams that have won an event,
show.
out of all the teams that have won an event so far, do you see another one winning another championship?
Yes. Well, we had this conversation earlier, so I don't have to think about the answer. I already know it. I think possibly both, but one of either Optic or 100 Thieves, I think will win another chip.
Okay.
And I think there's a very real possibility that both do, because I think both are at the very top of their game. There's a couple other teams that are in the mix of things, but I don't know. I would say 90% chance that, yes, we have a repeat winner.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the game underway. We start with a Hacienda Hardpoint. LG, EG. We've had 3 Game 5s on the day. Let's go for another one. Why not at this point? Excited to see actually start to unfold for the series. So far, good start, though, for EG. They managed to get all the time, denying LG all of it. And at what point do you think the conversation for LG and confidence comes into play? Because obviously they've had a couple of tough losses, James. I mean, is it something that you think, honestly, might be worth considering?
I mean, I think the confidence question comes back to prior to Fort Worth. It was like the very first roster period we had. LG, like, were decent, but still kind of struggling. And if I remember correctly, there was like even players on the team that were like expecting to get dropped. They didn't make any changes, and then they go on to win the tournament. So that's when you get all your confidence back. But I think at this point, back in the Pro League, they've been fairly similar to where they were prior to Fort Worth. Like they're like somewhere in the middle of the pack, where it's just players on this team don't want to be in the middle of the pack. They want to win championships. So I think they're back exactly to square one where they were before. And especially so if they get completely bullied out by EG, who's only been a team for, I don't know, a few weeks now.
Well, bullied out. There's a 60-second lead. 60 points to 0. LG not even touched the hills so far. Glance at the stats and nothing really shining for LG. On the flip side, 7-2 is Exotic, 6-1 is Attach, 6-2 is Phantoms. Is EG going to get to 100 points before LG gets a point? Well, I feel like these series have been weird because it's been Game 5s, but there's been some blowout starts in Hardpoint.
Yes, there have. So starts for one team or another. LG almost certainly going to get on the board, just at least for the entrance. They might not win this hill, but they should at least get the first few seconds because EG JCap actually picks up a kill on Classic. They've got him surrounded. Their hands are up. Sham, no one connect. They're able to find one, and it looks like LG, well, they're at least here. They are playing.
I'm surprised that won that fight. Was able to do so. That's the second one that we'll just move on from that. Phantom's a little close to streaks, 365 points. All he's going to need, 40 seconds left on the hill, and honestly, EG in a pretty good position to break.
And honestly, this is a matchup I'm excited to watch. You got Phantoms versus Formal in that ICR role, and obviously he's doing pretty great. Attach, not too bad himself. You got one man with streaks, the other with the specialist, able to kill one. He's looking for score streaks himself, and honestly, it's just kind of that AR duo. Granted, different weapons, but both of them just looking for a kill. An EKA, anything they could find. You got the nade, you got the life, but that's going to fall. Phantom's got to get his, gets the Hellstorm as well, so he makes up for what Attach couldn't connect with, and he just lets it ride.
Some nice shots coming in from Phantoms. 11-2, over 60 seconds hill time, a 7-kill streak thus far. And, well, if he really wanted to, could just invest a streak now. He's going to probably wait, if he wants to invest a streak, for his teammates to get a little closer to the hill before he pulls the trigger. John is going to win that. He's going to fight with a sub. 134-25, still 100-point lead though for EG.
And I imagine you will see at least the Lightning Strike, or one of the two, just get invested early on, and it looks like it's going to be the Lightning. Calls it in, but maybe can only find one with it, but obviously you force him into bad gunfights, and, well, he manages to find two. Unfortunately, both his teammates, and, well, now you got a bit of a hill split. The trophy in just a little bit after the concussion does hit him. But it looks like all is well that ends well. The Lightning Strike double team killing doesn't make a sliver bit of difference, and EG running it up.
All right, so I'm curious to actually get your insight here, because you've seen a lot of LG so far in this game and in past games. What is fundamentally going wrong? What is the key difference between what we've seen in the past?
I think fundamentals are a really big issue. I think they play a lot of hills, even in control, just differently than some of the best teams in the world, and I don't think it ever really favors them. Like, they basically force themselves into spots that aren't as optimal as they could be, and it forces players to have to go off and to, like, go big. And on top of that, you do kind of revert back to a couple players on the team individually not putting up numbers, which, of course, part of the equation is you're having bad setups that don't get you in the right spots. But it can be said, if you have, it's like a reciprocity thing for Respawn. If your players aren't going off, things aren't going to go well. Now you're putting them in bad positions, and they're down by 150 points. And you have a bunch of players that are negative.
Is 17-6. Attach is 19-8. Over 150-point lead. I mean, historically in Call of Duty Esports, we talk about Hardpoint and 100-point clubs, and that being, you know, borderline embarrassing. Well, for LG, I was a little worried there that they weren't going to get over 50. They finally will do just that. John in a position to maybe kickstart a bit of a comeback. He's trying to anchor the spawn, but all of his teammates go down. Apathy does drop, but John's being pinched. John will fall. It's Phantoms again who finds the pick.
And like sometimes it just works out that way, but you got a Sog in the back that's going to have a lot of bad gunfights. He can't lock down the spawns and get close to the opposition. And then now it's just like dominoes. Everyone falls one by one. You got ICRs getting long lines of sight into the water. And it just seems like LG can never get like an appropriate setup, at least in this game. Obviously they're getting bullied out. But now they're just going to be forced to flood the front, see if the trades go their way. They got a couple in their favor. Of course, the nade's going to force them up through water. Attach is doing a good job staying alive, just getting the kills. It's everything, Ben. It's everything.
In no way, shape, or form is this a close map 1. LG. I guess the question on many fans' minds, maybe how long left does this roster have? If more performances like this come through, and then on the flip side, the other question is, well, just how good is Evil Genius's squad? Because this is a performance which really, like none you've really seen from EG before.
Well, LG, how long do they have? They got a couple more maps in this series. Again, the game 5 is semi-expected, but Phantom's phenomenal game so far, and Attach even more so at 25 and 11. You got the Vision Pulse that was used from Phantoms trying to find anything, and well, Classic is what he connects with. You got the Swarm onto the fences hill. 17 seconds in this game is EG's, and well, you got the Tempest, you got the Attach, you got everything, including the map #1 win as soon as these next couple seconds roll through.
You know, normally whenever LG don't necessarily play well, Gunless is putting up numbers, but even he himself can't manage it against this EG squad. Almost double neg himself. LG, are they crumbling from the inside? One thing's for sure, that EG squad should be celebrating massively at wonderful map #1.
And I will try to go out of we should go out of our way to try to talk about and control the setups that LG tries to roll with to see if that kind of narrative actually makes sense, because I think their search and destroy has actually been pretty good. Like, they've been solid, maybe not as good as they want it, but still, it's like, again, if it goes to that game 5, I'm gonna give EG the edge on any map you pick, or LG. Wow, that is a tongue twister. There's too many G's in this one, but I have faith in Luminosity for the search and destroys. I'm just gonna say that from now on.
That's fair. I don't.
I mean, after watching this, I can understand why.
I've lost faith in this Luminosity squad after winning a championship and proving so many people wrong. Now I'm not really sure how they get back on top, and it's nothing to do with the players individually, it's just the team. It really is. It's kind of sad to say, because you always like seeing championship winning teams stay at the top for at least a season, but it's not been the case for LG. And of course, I mentioned Revan being a little upset by Pac-Man's comments yesterday. Well, Jess caught up with Revan. What do you have to say, Jess?
Thanks, Ben. Well, he said that he's glad about yesterday's win versus UIU, but he did also call it a starting point. He said that it revealed a couple more things that the team has to work on, such as decision-making in S&D. Now, in this series, he did tell me, he spoke candidly and said he's not really sure what to expect versus LG. He said he knows it's going to be a tough game, but he said that with Luminosity, you never really know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get a championships team, and sometimes they play like a bunch of burgers. So he did say it'll be a tough game, one he's looking forward to. Let's see how the rest of the series plays out, however. Ben and Chance, back over to you guys.
That's Revan's caster coming out there. Pretty much summed up the exact conversation we just had, and
he's not wrong.
It sucks to say, but yeah, he's not wrong. Sometimes you get a championship winning team that you're like, oh, I don't want to play against LG at all. And that's why you've heard so many analysts throughout the season say, well, no, I am going to stick with LG. I'm still going to give them faith. But then sometimes you see a performance like that where it's not even close. I mean, they look like an AM team.
I mean, I think, if I remember correctly, at the very start of the year, LG found themselves in a situation where if basically Gunless didn't completely go off, which he did quite frequently,
all the time,
LG just lost. And then there was a moment where Formal really seemed to heat up with the ICR and he looked dominant. And obviously that was incredibly helpful as well, but it was like if those two guys weren't performing, things just weren't going well. And again, I'm not saying it's the individual talent, because Slack went and had a god tier finals, and it's not like he switched to the Rampart just on his own, had a god tier performance in the finals back at Fort Worth, but we just haven't seen that. And I think there's just issues that the team is having as a whole, to the point where they're losing by nearly 200 points on Hacienda.
Definitely a brutal game 1. Of course, 2 veteran coaches. We talked a little bit about Revan for EG, Ricky for LG, former player, of course. many of you may remember if you've been around in the Call of Duty esports scene for quite some time. A fantastic player, one who was never really afraid of thinking outside the box. I'll never forget, I think it was PAX, all the way back in Black Ops 2, pulled out a riot shield and search and destroy. It was hilarious back then, but he made it work, actually. So when it comes to thinking outside the box, maybe he has some answers for LG, because one thing's for sure, Chance, they need answers quickly.
And he's honestly teaching like some of the greatest COD players of all time, right? Because I think he pulled out the riot shield later in the year. Wasn't it Deloshi that also put out the riot shield at like champs? So you just have waves of talent and skill to come in and learn.
Actually, do you want to know the funny part? Technically, Deloshi pulled it out first.
Was that what happened?
Back
Oh
then,
my
champs
God.
Before, yeah, PAX was later in the year. So basically,
Deloshi is
Deloshi tore.
teaching.
Wow. See, I never thought of it like that.
See, I didn't know the Ricky story throughout. I've heard it before, but I didn't watch the event back in the day. But Deloshi, I definitely knew about. Never forget.
Love to forget that. That's for sure. Map 2, Gridlock Search, though. We head over, and I'm going to say something crazy here. If EG win this, it's a 3-0. I don't see a way LG even win a map based off.
That's the least crazy thing. I think we've said the past 20 minutes. Like,
probably, actually, yeah.
if this team goes up 2-0, that just bodied the team in the hard point, I think they'll go through it. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm very worried for this LG team. Really, really am. At the same time, very excited for this EG team. A lot to prove, and, well, they've started off their week well. Of course, victory against UYU, maybe a victory here. Still a lot to do.
That was Mount Fuji. Depending on the side of whatever it was. Mount Fuji, 100%. We're in Japan on this map, Ben.
Some fantastic insight, Chance. Thank you. I really appreciate it. This is what happens when you get 4 Game 5s in a day. It gets a little long, but hey, we're having fun. Hopefully you guys are as well. We appreciate you joining us throughout the day. First blood for Classic. Gives LG an advantage, and well, there's a second as well. Apathy falls. Formal with the third. Attaching Phantoms in a 2v5.
1v5. 0v5. Let's get it. Perfect round from LG, and honestly, genuinely a bounce back that they probably needed, because it is not very easy to come back from, again, getting completely blown out in the first hard point. And not only do they get the win, they make it look easy, nice and clean. You get the first blood. Trades don't even need to be there. Just some nice teamwork coming out. And of course, Classic, you can see the teamwork right behind them. The only 1v1 gunfight that was taken, I think that entire round was formal. Unless you want to count Classic shooting a guy off the bomb. Not a gunfight, though. Just an execution.
True. Very true. Good teamwork all around from LG, and that was why you kind of talked very strongly about their search and destroy, or strongly compared to some of the other modes. So round 2, we'll see Gunless flying forward towards A. He wanted to take the fight against Phantoms, and he will pay. Pinch already from Apathy behind enemy lines, and LG are going to be worried about it. He almost found 2. Elsewhere, though, John was able to find a pick as well, so it makes it now a 3v1 as Attach gets himself a double. Attach has been in some fine form today.
Of course, formal spots. All 3 of them. Knows 2 got past, but he's just, he's going to get shoulder peaked and everything. It's a very tough situation to win in EG. Maybe thinking about hunting him down. Phantoms just needs to stay alive. You do the damage, you get the challenge coming out, and Formal reads it right, but it doesn't make a difference in a 1v3. Nice bounce back round from EG, where honestly it was what, the first blood and then the flank that come in. Just that 1-2 punch to give EG the edge.
Here's Attach's play. Finds the first over towards Showers, and is this here again gave EG the numerical advantage in the round. It was a great game 1. It was Respawn, really top tier, and that's the Attach which many people have known to grow and kind of love throughout the know and love throughout the past few years. Really very, very talented young player, and he's playing at a very high level today, which is always good to see. As we go back over towards Gunless's perspective, first blooded again, twice in a row now. And Tatch will take that fight. Meanwhile, Exotic, well, he'll plant the bomb.
Yeah, I think honestly it might be worth taking a page out of Genji's book. Again, just going for the wall bangs at the start for the information, because they were trying to go to have a player lay down with the ICR challenges, but obviously that did not pan out, nor did anything else. The second perfect round we've had so far. This one, of course, the way of EG.
And it's almost a game of anything you can do, I can do better. As Phantoms will take this round's best play. Just controlling Showers, ICR in hand. Found the first kill, and there's the second. Great play.
One of those exciting best plays.
Thrilling.
I mean, I think Havoc's 1v2 was pretty good. Tommy's 3-piece sniper was solid, but that
one
right there.
That takes the cookie.
Takes the cookie?
Takes the cake.
You say takes the cookie?
No, I said takes the cookie, but then I was like, is it takes the cake? It takes the cake, right?
Do you know who took the cookie out of the cookie jar? Do you know this, by the way? You might not know it. JCap, spotting out information, doesn't have the sniper, has an ICR, and, well, the information, all of them going to be. That's like a kid's story. It's an American. It might just be an American thing. I don't know.
No idea what you're talking about.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Couldn't be. I can't remember what. It's like a rhyming scheme. I don't know.
You failed. So, unfortunate. 4v3, though, still in favor of EG. Formal in a fight. He's going to be weak. Takes time to heal. Phantoms is trying to put him under a little bit of pressure. Slack slides by. Still 50 seconds left on the round. Bomb still hasn't gone down, but Formal does find himself a double to 2v1. Formal still alive. Now to try and make it a 1v2. Apathy flies right at him as his teammate takes the gunfight. EG win the round.
And this is two separate teams. Well, yeah, obviously the two teams in here, but each time just the guy that tries to plant the bomb gets caught out from a guy underneath the house and just gets shot in the foot. So just slight like misplacings of your foot around the bomb, or just the guy that watch over you, whether he gets forced out or not, it might be worth teams if you don't have the information on what's going on bottom house, just wait for a kill, try to get a pick, mix things up a little bit. By the way, it's who took the cookie out of the cookie jar, who, me, yes, you, couldn't be, then who.
What?
Yeah. Anyway. 3-1 EG.
Playing well. Very well indeed. Phantoms again, 5-2. They've attached some love. Phantoms deserves it as well. Good start, but still a lot of work still to be done. 4v4. Exotic going for a little bit of a peek over towards the showers. He's not going to win the fight. Looks like we'll be traded out now. Here comes the following challenge. Apathy so quick to engage, but it leaves JCap for the 1v3. The trade to make it the 1v2 scurries away. Bomb in a horrible position. However, wouldn't it just sum up LG's luck if they were to throw away this round?
Well, do they not know bomb is down? Because they're both just leaving. Yeah, how do you not see the bombs? I don't know what that is. Maybe they just didn't notice it. Maybe it's some weird communication, but this is the only hope JCap really had of clutching this round outside of just gunning two people is for them to give him the bomb for free. But, of course, now JCap's worried about the flank, so it's still 2v1. LG obviously still in a pretty good spot. JCap, no information. Now he goes back. Spots Classic. This is going to be the bait on bait. Just plant it. Or do nothing. He's playing for streaks.
Okay. I mean, I get you don't want to give anything away. You don't want to give away the fuse, but a 1v2, you know they're rotating out. You plant the bomb. You probably have at least 10 seconds before you need to worry about much.
Yes, you can understand his thought process. Like, hey, they're just wrapping around, so he checks the flank. But as soon as that player crosses out the door, they're not checking the bomb anymore. And, yeah, I think you just go for the plant and hope you clutch up the 1v2. And then you know exactly where they're going to be coming from through that exact same door. And if you don't see them in the next 7-8 seconds, then, okay, they're flanking again. So I think it could have been played better. Well, obviously it could have been played better, but whatever. LG will be happy with the win.
Yeah, and I'll take it. Of course, Cap 5-2 to start, so obviously doing a lot right, that's for sure. Phantom's first blood, though. Gunless again. The fourth time this map, he has now been first blooded.
Well, LG, now the debate is, do we even want to plant the bomb from man disadvantage? And EG's plan is, let's run them over. Phantoms with another pick with the ICR. You got a Slack just doing what he can, but he's by himself. He's stunned. He's going to die. Who do you give the kill to? Might as well be Attach. Had a phenomenal game number 1. Picks up a couple kills here in the game number 2. And I think it was what? Phantoms got the first pick on Gunless?
Yep.
Have to imagine the FMG came to play. FMJ, sorry. So many Gs.
EG, LG, FMG.
Yeah, it's full metal Gunless.
Not this game.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Not this series. Over double neck in the hardpoint. Been first blooded 4 times in the search. Definitely a struggle. For him, at least. I mean, everyone else in LG. Slack's 5-5. Formal 6-5. Classic 2-4. John at 1-4. On the flip side, 7-3 Attach. 7-3 Phantoms. 5-2 is Cap. Everything going right for EG. Nothing going right for LG.
There's pressure on the flank. There's pressure over by House. Apathy, he's just going to sprint in, trying to find the player up top. The Classic was down low. Attached there is for the trade, but then he eventually just gets caught out because, of course, that bomb, well, it wrapped over to A. JCap's in the back watching the flank, dealing with 2 players while Exotic and Phantoms are going hunting. It is a very weird map spread right now, but it's about who can find, honestly, the next kill because EG, man down, not in a terrible spot.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He checks that corner, he finds that kill. Instead, it's Formal that gets himself a double. A 1v3, Cap didn't really stand too much chance in that one. LG take the round and reduce the lead by 1.
And a lot of potential there as well. It's just a matter of checking Formal because obviously they knew the player was an ice cream, but you don't check the corner and Formal says, ooh,
I feel like
candy.
That's a corner you just have to check now.
It's not red dot chasing necessarily, but we know for a fact that one, JCap is calling out, he's dealing with 2 players. So you have one guy that's missing, you spot a guy in ice cream, you're just looking for the kill. So, I mean, it's a corner you normally check, yes, but it's understandable why they didn't.
LG back on the attack. John with the sniper rifle out. Only find the first blood and opening a pick. Give LG license to try and plant that bomb. So a fair amount of B attacks so far in this map. Not too many been that successful, or clean at least. Still looking to see if he can find the first blood, but it's Attached that gets it. The fight's still going on. Apathy will find Classic though, so a 2-man advantage for EG. And bomb, of course, down.
John just looking for a pick. There's players on the other side of the wall, but we know what he doesn't. Formal hoping to attach over challenges, but he hasn't. The players for EG, well, they know they got bombed down. They're just trying not to get picked. And Apathy with the Kobe takes down John. You got a 2v4. Formal finds 1, goes for the instant challenge, doesn't have the help. And gunless there is nothing you can do. A systematic round from Evil Geniuses.
Made it look simple, really.
I mean, again, yeah, you know John sniping. You've heard him shoot before. Just don't challenge out. And if you leave ice cream for any reason, which Apathy did like once, make sure you slide, do it as fast as possible, scurry around, and it's just a matter of you get the first blood, you catch the players that cross past the bomb, and you just, get first blood, win the round.
EG looking fantastic on the day and for the week as well. One more round will do it. They'll find themselves 2-0 up in the series. Of course, they are back on the attack, and looks as if they're going to bait out a little bit of an A push here. Very slow. 3 players actually push out towards B. Formal's going to call for some assistance, but LG actually haven't bitten on the bait yet. They're still here at A. And this is a 2v3. Advantage LG. Now that all the rotations coming through, fantastic read from LG not to take the bait, to stand their ground. And EG, it was a cute strat on paper, but just didn't work out.
Yeah, of course, now EG is setting up a pinch. But LG, they got a couple players watching it, but that was Slack that was calling out all the information. It was, I don't know if I could hear it through the headset, saying, hey, guys, no, they are coming to B. But the flank is here. John, he's looking at everything. He's going to need someone else to turn around because he's got number 7 with him. But now the gunfights are here, just trying to stay alive. But this is a lot of pressure coming in the back. And honestly, Phantom's just waiting to make his move. So EG, the pinch is in. You got to get the trades, though, and this is just Formal looking out.
Time's ticking. 2v3. Cap's done well to find 2, and Phantom's a little unfortunate. Maybe if he finds that kill, that round opens up, but still a lot of work to do here if you're LG. You need to win 3 rounds in a row. You've won the first. Now the second on the round 11 in terms of extra utility. No streaks. I don't think anyone's that close. I don't think anyone has their specialist. I think maybe Attach might be close. Wait and see until the next round. But EG's still firmly in the driver's seat.
And a very solid round, though. LG, again, not falling for the bait, making the correct decisions, watch everything. You get the help. John, nice job of staying alive. So expertly done. Formal, an inch away from the Tempest, maybe give him a kill, and he earns it. But obviously, the ICR might be okay. JCap, once again, information. He gets it. The bomb is here. Apathy saw 2, 4. He saw 4 cross. That is turn and run. Get control of house. You know the gunfights are here. And he's got the teammate support as well.
However, it's John with the first blood. LG are trapped down low, but the kill's not coming in for EG. Will the trades finally? They will. It's Attached with 3. Can he find anything else? App finds 1. Phantom's the other. EG go 2-0 up in the series. And I'm going to be honest with you, Chance. I don't remember the last time I've seen Attach play this well.
Yesterday? 2 days ago? I don't know, man. He's been pretty good on this roster, but this is a form we haven't seen from him. Well, last year, probably. I guess World War II, it would have to be.
I don't know. He's in fine form.
I mean, they won a chip last year.
But he's in really good form. Right?
You see that 1v3?
That's true.
Through the artillery? Or was that replays that got that?
No, replays was 1v3.
No,
Attach was a 1v4 through the artillery.
Okay.
Yeah, right, ran straight through. It's true. Playoffs is all smiles for EG. Revan, of course, will be pulling out the strap book for the next control. I don't know what LG pull out. What do you do? Maybe you pray heading into Game 3 of your LG. You need to do something a little different. EG have controlled this series from the very beginning. A dominant map number 1, and Game 2 really not all that close either. But we'll be back after this quick break with Game 3 control. EG comfortably up in the series 2-0, the final game of the night in what has been a day just full of Call of Duty action. 3 Game 5s. Is this one not going to go Game 5? I said EG was going to win it though, so I'm feeling good either way because it's looking good that I'm going to be right.
And we go to the control, where again, as much as we talk about the Game 5s, we have been losing faith. What'd you see? What I missed?
Most feeble fist bump I've ever seen in my life.
Look, man, you save the energy for the game.
Some energy.
No energy in the fist bumps.
No?
You save it all as reclusive as possible, and once game times hit, you kick it up to 11.
Oh, that's reciprocity. They were loud earlier on, and
or Heretics, who have been on 11 for like a year and a half and haven't slowed down, who sleep and they just dream of Vamos. Like, it is absurd how much energy those guys have.
I love it. good to watch the Spaniards play. Will EG close it out in 3? Gridlock control. LG, give us something. Give us a reason to believe again. For EG, Attach is giving you all the reasons you need. That says Phantoms. But the control underway. It's going to be LG attacking first already out. So fast to hit the flank. And it's maybe a bit premature there in terms of taking that gunfight, and Formal will make him pay. Already, first tick in. Is JCap in a position to go for the challenge? It's a tough fight with the ICR, and Exotic isn't even going to get the trade. It's John that's punishing. There's 2. Can he find 3? No. Apov Spawn takes care of him. But already, a lot of work done in towards me. In fact, they're going to get everything. They're going to get all 3 ticks, and well, we'll see. With 2 minutes 15, if they're going to be able to close this round out, we'll send over to an Astro Gaming listening with LG.
You're back with you guys.
He's going to be camping somewhere back here.
Top bridge. Outside of home.
Probably like outside soda or something.
Top bridge.
Okay. One could be back left all the way.
Down against some mirrors.
I'm checking top bridge, Pierce.
I'm checking back left.
On mirrors.
I think top bridge.
Will the peek me back for now? Both weak.
They're like all on point.
Team killed one. Team killed that.
Oh, I'm waiting for you.
One's close mirrors. Close mirrors.
There's 2 tree.
One's gonna spawn behind you.
I
got stunned. Trying
to help Josiah.
I'm stunned at Dojo. I'm getting wallbang. I got wallbang.
Looks like he's going fucking hole.
Got cap. Yeah, hold the wall behind you, Pierce.
Alright, slow down.
I don't know if 2 look.
You guys want to set up a break? You guys want to set up and go around? I'm going all the way around left, right?
I'll help you guys. I'll help you get in middle. Hang on.
Going all the way around left, guys.
Also player back our base.
Yo, front bridge. Out, hold the wall, Nick, right now.
I'm going all the way
back.
around.
Just peek me back door. Maybe Jig Matt. One.
Nothing bottom bridge. Nothing bottom bridge or top bridge.
Back door. Just constantly peeking. Alright, ammo. We got 1 kill.
He's right here. Mirrors. Here's Exotic. He ran away. Josiah, where you at?
I'm all the way in the back base.
There's a guy tree as well.
Coming now.
One just keeps sliding back and forth on the block.
Back door, and behind me.
There's 2 on you, Pierce. One was tree.
2 on the back.
2 are back door, 1 tree. Play spawn kills, Josiah.
Pushing up back. One push up back door cap, and Attach is coming back to help.
Attach is hurt. I'm helping John. Attach is hurt.
I'm going to send
Attach is hurt.
Trying to help mid.
Attach to there.
Might be able to go
Nice.
Mirrors, one shot absolute. Mirrors Exotic.
I have a choke. Showers.
There's 2 on point.
Right side showers. Dead.
Their side now.
On point.
Weak.
Looking left. Every
We're
left. Left. Dead.
Got him.
Yo, close left door. You went right.
Dojo.
Looking Dojo. 3 on point.
I've left.
Nice. 2
Right cap.
on point. 2 on point.
Right side cap.
I might be pitching.
Dojo got me.
Dojo.
Phantom's dead.
Nice. Good check.
I have 1 bullet.
Stack it.
Looking back door.
Stun the push.
Back door.
Dojo.
Nice,
Good shit, guys. Let's go.
Fucking shit.
Yo,
Fucking
see
shit.
if any of you guys are close to streaks. Pierce, good shit.
Maybe a little bit.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
I got a water ref. Thanks. Good shit, guys. Way to play that. We're gonna take our time and shit and set up plays.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad, Pierce, about that. Let you have it after that.
Alright, let's go.
Shit, Pierce. Let's get
Yeah,
it.
shit.
Alright, you guys remember this? Triple stack B.
Yeah, I'll play in Capcar.
Triple stack B? Okay, I'll come with you guys. I'll come with you guys. I got it.
150 from
I'm
streaks.
300 off.
Just shoulder sushi door.
I got you. Sushi box or door?
Sushi door. Nick has cop car.
I'll just run away, John. That's fine.
I'm gonna late peek this through here. See anything?
I don't see anything.
Yep.
Right.
Could be a fake, or it could be a
okay,
fake.
I don't see anything B. I'm getting up close.
It's not looking like a fake. It's going pretty quick.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not a fake.
There's several on it. Are we chalking it because Pierce is streaks or no?
You guys wanna trap him?
Yeah, we can.
Alright, Nick, I'm
one.
Nice, Pierce is player streaks.
I wanted to stay with LG through the end of the round just to see how things were, and the one thing you were worried about with Genji earlier on was the frantic callouts. None of that with LG. The experience definitely there. I mean, do you expect that with a player like Formal on the team?
Yeah, no, most of it was pretty good. I'd say if I wanted to be critical, the only thing you could say, as Gunless at least gets the lightning, is there wasn't a lot of communication about the situation until very late. You heard them like, hey, everyone just stack the point. As soon as you kill like that 4th guy in line, everyone should know that, and they basically reacted to it, but maybe not as much chatter. But that's only if you want to be hypercritical. Everything else was as good as you could possibly ask for given the situation. And of course, now you find yourselves where one guy has streaks, you give up A, but that's fine. We'll take it with the ICRs. We'll try to hold out at B.
They're able to do so, though. A lot of time on the clock here for EG. Minute 38. Formal could be in some trouble. Apathy just grappled straight over towards him and wanted to try and take that fight as quickly as possible. But the problem is the rest of his teammates did fall. So LG now in prime map control position here to just at least waste another 15, 20 seconds or so. Buy themselves some time, or chip away some time, I should say, is a quick glance at Classic. He will fall. John, they're trying to shoot over the top. Finally, the zone's contested. 1 pick for Exotic, 2 picks for Exotic. There's one more over towards 18. He's in the zone as well. Nade thrown out. Will connect with Attach, but Exotic's found the first tick here. Chances a big opening.
And this is Gunless, so the lightning strike's coming in. Who can it find? It finds 3 plus a teammate. It's good enough to get nearly everyone out, and well, Formal gets the one-on-one, so the bailout lightning strike coming in full effect.
At least the saving grace there is you get rid of it. There's the same corner we talked about in Search. Be pretty good in control as well, as unfortunately for EG, they're finding out the hard way. It's Gunless has found himself 2, and he's getting close to more streaks.
It's good enough for 1, it's good enough for 2. You got 2 bodies for LG watching the flank as well, so yes, EG is going for it, but LG is prepared. Gunless just wants to win the gunfight. Exotic, unfortunately for him, I don't think he'll ever be able to get through this. Now the War Machine just to maybe seal the deal, but JCap with the help shuts him down, so War Machine gone. Granted only in the 2nd round, but 9 lives right now for EG. They gotta get towards this B point. Apathy, well, he's nearby. Inside, he's staying alive near post. Finally gets dropped, but his teammates are here.
11v8. EG's in the zone, so they've stopped the time for now, but again, just struggling to win the final few gunfights. As Attach weak. Needs to just take time to heal, but the stun's going to come through. Attach will fall. App is there to trade. They've made it 6v6. And hold on a minute. LG, they have a long way to go to even contest. If EG just stack it, they're going to win this round.
It seems like there's not a lot of pressure from LG. Like the push before that, where Gunless had to call in the lightning strike that killed 3. We watched Slack get picked off when he's trying to get to like the corner outside of like house. Then Classic got basically left alone and picked off on the car. And I don't know where like the AR pressure was coming from over top, but you watch those 2 solo gunfights fall, and then Exotic just takes a stroll up to the hill, doesn't get shot at from anywhere, just wins 1 gunfight, and then he can just keep on pushing forward for free. He's not getting tagged up, he's not getting peppered. It's not like EG, we're having to throw like crazy like shoulders to make it happen. They're not doing anything wild. It's just they picked off 2 different players for free and then just walked straight forward. Right. And then, of course, the lightning strike bailed him out. But then at the end, like EG, it seemed like it'd be incredibly difficult to get to the hill, and then they're just there.
Oh, if you're EG, you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief. You stopped Gunless getting a 2nd lightning, you burnt the 1st lightning, and you burnt a War Machine. So, overall, not a bad round considering all that investment, and of course you did end up winning it too. Exotic, nicely played. There's the double the decap of the 2nd tick. And now, honestly, it's a foot race towards A, and EG might be able to contest this, you know.
Yeah, keep in mind, Phantoms does have a lightning strike as well, and I'm assuming he's going to be looking for the Hellstorm because he's gunning for it. But Apathy, he's got that SOG. I don't know if they're thinking about the contest. With the way the setup EG is going, I think they're just giving it up for free, and they want to go for some, well, maybe not spawn kills yet, but trap him in, kill him, then start the spawn kill. And that's why Exotic is backing up. That bottom left corner of the minimap, that's where they're trying to trap the opponent in. But of course, surging forward, well, Apathy's going to fall. Phantoms on the cross looking for the Hellstorm. That's a lot of bodies that just got through. You wanted to set up for the spawn kills, but you didn't kill many at all.
Yeah, Cap's now left in a horrible position at the back of the map. Attach is there, though. He finds 2. Is there going to be a trade? Doesn't look like it, so John has survived. Apathy's left to try and hunt him down. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, LG players are spawning up. In terms of life count, it's 20 to 20. With 1:33 to go, LG have 1 tick into B. And again, there is still that lightning. Now there's a Hellstorm that you have to worry about. Phantoms with 2. Slides straight into Slack. Makes him pay. 3 players of LG go down. Make it 4. EG now in the driver's seat of the round.
ICR SOG, it doesn't matter. He'll do it all. He's going to earn his vision pulse before some of the players. Well, actually, none of them. Okay, so everyone on LG at least beat him to their specialist except for Classic, but that is a very quick vision pulse to earn once he gets it. And of course, you got an 18v13 now for EG. Absolutely in the driver's seat, and it's just about how hard can you pour it on.
App, he invests to Grav Slam. What more investment is EG willing to pour into this round? It's just a 4 life advantage. It's definitely not over just yet. You do have a couple of get out of jail free cards. Is this going to be one of them? Apathy, you've got to be careful. At least clean up one of the kills. Phantom still firing from the front of the hill. There's 3 for him with the ICR. Can he find 4? Has to reload. Finally, App comes into fruition, and I'll give him credit. It looked as if it was some sloppy shots, but he stays alive, and it allows Phantoms to shoot from the front. this one is over.
And that's just the benefit of all the pressure. Like, again, we watched LG get picked off one by one. This is apathy. Even though the gunfights look weird, causing enough of a distraction and getting enough bullets and players that someone else was there, it was Phantoms. And now you got 5 men for LG surging forward. Slack finds to get them all on the hill. And honestly, this is going to get capped quickly. And he's got the grab slam to get in. So LG, despite the weird round, they might be fine. The lightning strike shouldn't find anyone. Someone's got to get to the hill. It's a team kill on attach. Who's nearby? You just grab slam them. There's one. The contest almost through, and they clean him out. It seems so difficult to make it happen, but the lightning strike just good enough to force him inside of Sushi so you can flank around at the end.
And fair play for EG for staying composed there, because that got scary. That got...
I thought LG had it. Yeah. Once I saw the grab slam too, I was like, I think this is it.
You see how quickly it progresses. Just need a couple of bodies in there, and well, you can get those final few caps very fast. But it's EG 2-1 up. Again, heavy investment really from both teams. We'll have a quick look at what's left. Still a Hellstorm from Phantoms, as well as the Vision Pulse. Exotic with a Tempest, attached with a War Machine, and JCap's about to get a crash. His Tech 5 boost, Formal, a Tempest, and that is about it. And well, that's a sloppy first shot. I expect him to be so clean. Misses the second. Finally connects with the third, and now this is where Formal turns into an absolute animal in showers. 3 players down, looking for 4. There you go. That's the Formal you expect to see.
That's all it takes. It's all it takes for LG to get a little bit of life is, you know, just pick up quads with the Specialist, and, well, that gives them quite a bit of map pressure as well. You got Classic looking for spawn kills. He gets found, killed, taken out. And honestly, now the B point might be open, so Slack is looking for it. Meanwhile, LG still got a couple guys creeping around this A side, but it's a scatter, and honestly, Slack, he's behind enemy lines, but everyone from EG was looking for it.
That was a really good read. The problem is, that distraction was enough to give LG some time to rotate. The problem is everyone that's rotated has run into some unfavorable gunfights. Apathy with a little bit of a pinch of his own. He's being shot in the back by players off spawn. Tempest out now for Exotic. What can he try and produce? Already 1 tick in at B. Vision Pulse used. War Machine is rattling out. That's a great first Tempest. He's unfortunate to not actually find the pick there, but the contest is in. Pressure here to do the right thing if you're EG. Make sure you take the right fights. After all that investment, LG survive again. But look at the other side of the map.
Well, either way, though, you're up a couple lives and you burn the Vision Pulse. There are no specialists coming from the side of EG. And we saw Gunless maybe bungle his War Machine a little bit earlier. Well, he's doing well enough that he's got a second. And it's still only the 4th round. So LG in a solid spot. The Hellstorm maybe tough to deal with. Holding the point tough to deal with. Last time around, LG, they kept getting picked off one by one. They need better teamwork here.
You mean like that? From a 4-life advantage to just 1. Attach will fall, but it's a tradable kill. Jacob has to be careful. Doesn't want to overcommit. Has Phantoms in support. And now keep your eye on the minimap. Look at the way this map is going to start to develop. You have a 2v2 in the back of LG spawn, a 2v2 at the front of B, and a 1v1 essentially through mid-map. Now it just comes down to which gunfights are going to be won. Well, start for LG. Classic shuts down JCap. Phantoms is there to trade. Again, you still have that Hellstorm if you want to invest it here.
I think you can. Maybe just to look for the guys spawning if you want, because you know a couple are going to be inside, but not everyone.
Bear in mind, he's also 350 away from another lightning. That could come into play if his teammates win gunfights. Now, maybe not so much.
For the moment, we talked about one-on-one gunfights coming from one side of the aisle. This time, it's EG that end up falling one by one. So a little bit spread, and now they're thinking about flooding through the front. Maybe they're thinking about using the Hellstorm here to force players inside of the 18, inside of Sushi, and that might give you enough pressure to get towards Sushi, towards the hill. Then you might have to deal with Gunless, but you got 3 bodies coming close. Gunless takes the first one down. It's going to make it oh so difficult to get close.
They're going to slow the push down. 30 seconds left, but again, you can cap this hill so quickly. Just takes 1 clean few kills. Contest. Gunless himself should be enough to secure this round. 10v4. Few players from LG coming off spawn. If you're EG, you have time for 1 more push, but you need a miraculous play if you're going to win this round now. Classic. He'll find that pick and head into a round 5. EG have nothing outside of 1 Hellstorm, and LG have a lot of utility available.
I was going to say, this is perfect. As soon as you get through the Vision Pulse Tempest combination when they're capping the B side, you're feeling pretty good. As long as you don't make any too big errors, don't get 5-man wiped, And this time they didn't. They did a much better job at keeping control. It was John playing with the SOG inside of Sushi. This time the ARs were heavily watching over him, and no one could ever get close to that hill. So it's a Hellstorm versus a Vision Pulse and a War Machine. That is a pretty hefty edge towards the specialist.
Sure is. And just looking at EG's score, maybe App gets a grab slam. Maybe has a great round. Maybe. We'll wait and see, but on the other side, pretty much everything really of importance. I mean, Classic with the Vision Pulse, that's going to be massive, but I guess having the specialist is great and all. You still need to find the kills, and that's not a good start.
I was thinking you got clearance to the B site, use one of them, if not both, but they use neither, and eventually they get wiped because a flank came in. Now Apathy, well, feels the pressure. We've seen them attempt this setup to trap everybody in. The issue they had last time is they couldn't find any kills, so no one ended up getting spawned in the bottom left. This time they're going for a slightly different setup, but still the question is, can they find the kills? Because now number 7's moving out. They want to leave the bottom left part of the mini-map open to kill them when they come off spawn and set up a kill box. The last time EG fell apart.
Well, better start this time. Much better start. However, Classic and Formal still with a lot to say. They walk out of that trade. Favorable, but JCap is flanked. That's going to leave Formal right at the back of the map. They know he's there. They have all the information they need. Now, this is the problem, though. If you're going to go for the challenge, you've got to do it quickly. Cap was fast to act. Now the pressure's going to come on the front side. B is slowly but surely being decapped. But the pressure coming through the front. 2 life advantage, EG.
And the first man that fell was Phantoms. That's your ICR gone. That means you almost have free clearance towards the hill. So they got 3 bodies inside. Phantoms off spawn. Wants to call him the Hellstorm, but finds a hit marker. Maybe not too many kills, but he lands it straight on top of Exotic. JCap, by the way, flanking, at least causing problems. Meanwhile, it's still a contest over by Sushi, but JCap's going to fall. The Sushi gunfight's won by Slacks. He's going to go for the second, but Apathy comes out on top. This has been just the clock stop for the past 20, 30 seconds.
Yep, and the lives just dwindling down. Still +2 EG. War Machine out for Gunless. App will drop. Classic goes for the challenge. LG are now capping the point, and the gunfight's all being won. Attack 5 boost there invested. And honestly, I'm not even sure if EG are going to be able to challenge the zone. It's going so fast. App, you've got to move quickly. Might want to wait for your grapple, but you don't have time to wait for the grapple. That's what we talked about. How fast you can cap those zones. LG. Make EG. Hey.
And that really was just so fast. I didn't see exactly when the Vision Pulse. Do you know when the Vision Pulse got called in from Luminosity? Because I didn't see it. From my point of view, I'm watching Phantoms with the ICR. He's pushed up to that box on the right side, but his teammates weren't really near him yet. And as soon as he falls, you don't have anyone in the 18, your ICR is gone. That's when 3 players can run forward. And once you're in there and you have SOGs, you're fine with the gunfights that come through. So if you're the ICR, your job 100% of the time is to stay alive at all, and preferably near the 18. You got 2 different good head glitches you can work from. You can control for the outside, and we'll see the last minute, so maybe we'll have a good look towards it. Phantom's on the box here by himself. Exotic is just now getting towards the hill, and as soon as the ICR is gone, LG, all the pressure in the world. It's free reign to run up here, and if Phantoms is a little bit farther back, he can still call in the Hellstorm from the 18 if he wants to, but now he uses it and just drops it straight on top of Exotic.
Yeah, that's miscommunication there. If you're Exotic, I don't know whether you call out on pinching, I don't know whether you're silent, but it didn't go well. And the same thing we've preached all day, to be honest, about some of these controls is just how fast you can cap when you stack the zone. And for EG, they thought they maybe had an extra couple of seconds. Well, they didn't. Gunless, of course, with the War Machine, makes a play, finds the opening they need, and really the rest is history. Round 5 control, LG take and stay alive in the series.
And it's kind of crazy too, because actually a few rounds before where LG, they were down 5 lives to 10, something like that. And their one final push, they got very close to getting this point as well. So EG maybe needs to fine tune at least their lockdown of the B site, maybe figure out just 1 or 2 mistakes to look over and try to improve, because obviously it's a fairly new roster. But LG down but not out. That game 5, plenty of potential for it to still be here, but obviously LG got a hard point to make up for.
Yeah, they definitely do. The first hard point for EG was brilliant. Phantoms and Attach really showed what they were capable of. LG were were silent, really couldn't respond. But it just feels as if it was almost inevitable if we were going to have one of those days today. After you see the first game, game 5, second goes there, third goes there. LG, can you send all 4 games to the game 5? The map, Arsenal. Still feeling confident?
It's a map I think LG should be happy to play. I think the more ARs you can get in your hand, you can run a double ICR setup. I swear, I think I've seen 100 Thieves run triple AR at some point. Like on the third hill, I know Kenny likes to pull it out quite a bit, but I think LG will be happy with it, but that doesn't mean EG isn't going to be an experience. Could talk about the AR players. Phantoms had a phenomenal game number 1, and Attach had an even better one. So EG, obviously, I think they've shown in this series that a force to be reckoned with. We'll see if they can continue that or if LG can bounce back. Who knows?
We'll find out about 7 minutes time. Already the opening gunfight seems advantage LG. Phantoms has done well to stay alive. In fact, Cap is also in the zone contesting it. Gunless falls as Phantoms that picked him up is just waiting for his teammates to get back towards the zone. He's like, well, again to stay alive. Love help. Now he wants to take the fight against Formal. Beautiful fight from him. And already you can see the pressure coming over towards the second hill.
And you called it out perfectly. The big thing there is just staying alive. Coming in off respawn, that's 10 seconds where you don't have that ICR pressure over there. And that was multiple gunfights where he was down to 6 HP, stayed alive. And now EG, all the time in the world on the hill. It comes down to a 1v1 gunfight inside. While the players for LG are taking this gunfight, EG are just winning the rotation over towards second. They got complete gun control. Of course, you got to worry about the back spawns, but LG trying to clear out the back, but nobody's home. EG are just mainly stacking the hill, and of course, Attach 185 off.
Phantoms is 105 off before he was picked off. Attach, though, in the hill. He's going to make it 45, 30 off now. Of course, if he was able to just stay alive, he would earn the streaks just off hill time, but I don't think LG is going to allow that to happen. There's a lot of work to do and just not able to do it. Teammates not close enough. LG breakthrough. Still a 40-point lead for EG.
I will say that was a bit strange from EG, leaving like 3 players at gun instead of going for the quick rotation. But they did get the spawns, and then, well, LG eventually just won, well, plenty of the important gunfights. Attach has to jump on the map at some point, but he can't because Classic killed him. Now he's 45 off the streaks of his own. And with 15 seconds left, I was going to say he might just get him, but now he's coming back inside, trying to tell his teammates, hey, man, you rotate this time.
Well, now it's unslacked. 145. Classic should get at least 1. There it is. The Lightning. Now, Slack, can you manage to get a streak?
Well, Classic, I'm assuming he's just going to call it in straight away. Maybe wants to get a little bit closer, but his team's set up in the back. They're waiting just to secure the back spawns. They have it. Classic's not moving. I assume calling it in.
Yeah, I would at least bare minimum ping it for Slack to give him some extra information. Calls it in. Of course, he does find himself the kill. There's a Hellstorm, and well, what looked like a great start for EG is slowly started to deteriorate. Slack did eventually just fall, so no streaks for him. But John finds his first 4 in a row, and just so happened to be from an 0-4 start to 4-4. Now John himself actually working on streaks.
Yeah, this is a lot of good things going for LG. Granted, not a massive lead, but they're poised to get the final 15 seconds. EG, you can see from the rotation first to second, they really like gun, and this is where the hill is going to. They got 3 players stacked up on the correct side, and Apathy wins a big gunfight mid-map, so that's clear. And of course, Phantom's just watching the flank. So if you're LG, how do you break through? You got to find an opening, and that opening is not mid-map. You might force it in the front, or maybe Classic just calls in the Hellstorm.
Yep, I was going to say, you expect to see it, and there it is. Hellstorm comes through, shuts down Exotic. There's going to be Phantoms as well. Gunless with a double nade. Leaves just 1 player from EG up, and well, as mentioned, John was getting close towards some streaks. He's even closer now, 120 all he needs. He's looking to try and cherry pick a free kill, maybe bottom kitchen. Right on the kill feed if he's able to get that one, or if he's even able to potentially flank. There's the flank one, and close. 20 more points. Honestly, you just rotate at that point, but unfortunately for him, Exotic behind, so no more streaks for LG. But LG do have themselves a lead, and it felt as if we started off with about a 30 to 45 second period where it was all EG, followed by about a minute and a half where it was all LG. And now things have settled down. It's a tight game.
I will say, though, LG messed up. They had the perfect play. You call them a Hellstorm to kill 2, and then they waited for Gunless to get his cluster grenade inside window, killed the other 2. 15 seconds later, EG's right back in the hill. Like, that just shouldn't ever happen. Now you got Exotic trying to go for clips. He can only find 2. His teammates are at least near the hill. Phantoms with the lockdown ICR, but Gunless is able to drop him, and that's enough to stave off the pressure. LG back inside the hill. Another lead exchange. Where honestly, LG maybe bump it up just a little bit, but JCap on the flank. He went all the way around for it, and you can see why. At least a free kill in the back. Gets the cleanup on Formula as well, and now EG surrounding this hill.
Yep. Just constrict in, and with 20 seconds left, that scrap should be good to go to them. We'll likely see another lead change, as long as they can wave off maybe 2 players from LG. 13 seconds. LG, you can just afford to rotate here. You don't necessarily have to try and take those fights. Now the problem is you've lost the fights, and mid-map control has gone to EG. They were unnecessary fights.
And now you got a vision pulse coming in. Slack needs to run away. He's dealing with 2 players, and you know he's going to cross. Apathy gets that kill. Another pairing. He used the vision pulse to use the Tempest. The coordination is there. By the way, how good is Phantoms to be even getting his vision pulse this quickly? Like, Classic is 12 and 10, doing fine, and he's barely past halfway. So you got Exotic going off, getting streaks. You got Phantoms going off, getting the vision pulse. It's insane. It's as good as you could get. Apathy's on a forward spree of his own.
Now it's their turn to have a series of 45 seconds or so where they fully control and get themselves some streaks. Attach, he's done well. War Machine has been earned. 1 streak for Phantoms. Will he even secure the second? The problem is there's just so much action. You don't know where you want to stay. 3 players dropping. Well, Phantoms, 55 seconds all you need. You're the only player left alive, but Exotic did his job, right? 2 streaks for him, 1 streak for Phantoms, and now a, what, just shy of 60-point lead?
Yeah, and I mean now, even though they kind of mess up, like once again, EG doesn't have any pressure towards the back, so LG are going to get those spawns effectively for free because they want to take the fights around gun. But of course, you have the streaks as well, if you even want to use them, if you have to, because they're great on the next hill as well. But a lot of pressure inside the hill, a lot of SOGs nearby, and of course, the AR's up top. 3 kills in a row for the side of Evil Geniuses. Now a 60-point lead.
And this should be impossible for LG to win. 3 streaks. There's 39 seconds left here. This is going to put you at almost 200 points, let's say, if LG do contest. Apathy with the grab slam from up top. That's 2. All that scrap time. I say scrap, it's still 30 seconds. Plus the fact that, again, you have 3 streaks. App's getting close to earning streaks of his own. LG, Hardpoint woes.
And you know, I'll ask, but I don't think he'll tell me. This might be on purpose from EG. They might be purposely giving up the back spawns to keep control of gun because they trust Phantoms with the ICR up top. They might prefer to take it from that side because you can see the problem for the rotation. If you have those back spawns on second, it takes so much longer to get around to next. So it might be a calculated decision. That might just be what EG prefers to do.
Well, it's a decision which has earned them 5 streaks potentially. I mean,
and a free win on this next hill. There's nothing LG could ever do to win this specific hill. Or gun, honestly. Yeah, this game's over, 100%.
A tactical nuke. That would work.
Well, 7 years ago, that might have been possible.
Has it really been that long? No, it's more than that.
I don't know, something like that.
I think it's actually 9 years ago.
Well, we had like Moabs and MW3.
That's true. That's true. Well, this one, like we said, basically over. I mean, with that much utility, that many streaks, and just that much time, and the lead as big as it is, you can try. You can use all your specialists, but yeah, there's rockets that fall from the sky. Pretty powerful, chance in case you didn't know. Final 8 seconds. Is anyone from LG close enough to contest? Nope, they're not. No game 5 to close out the night, despite the first 3 games. But we do get an EG 3-1 victory. How many people predicted that?
And it's a great one for them to get as well. They're obviously, if not, I think they're at the bottom of the league. I don't know how many series wins they've had so far. I think it's only like 2, but now they got their 2nd or 3rd, whatever it is. But they're towards the bottom, but they make the roster change for improvement. And the only sign you can really ask of improvement is wins, and that's exactly what they get. And some of the new guys on the roster looked incredible. Phantoms just had himself a hell of a series. Honestly, he made it look easy.
Oh, I saw that attach. I saw that. That was a weak attempt at a high 5 / fist bump. I'm not sure what that was. But for EG, to your point, you know, from bottom of the leaderboard, the only way you can see improvements is wins. And starting to rise up on that leaderboard, maybe get ready to make a run in, try and qualify, of course, in the top 4 spots for playoffs. We'll wait and see, but definite improvement. Phantoms looks great. Attach looked great throughout that entire series. And that is everything from myself and Chance from today. We'll send it over to Katie and the Alice.
Thank you so much, guys. And it was really pretty much raining streaks there at the end to close out. Luminosity not able to overcome Evil Geniuses, who now see their second win in 2 days. And again, I think we've been talking about, Nameless, these improvements from Evil Geniuses. We continue to see them.
Yeah, I mean, John talked about in the last segment, it's like they just need a little bit of time. We saw them at the last event going in, you know, with not as much practice, and now they have Phantoms more developed, especially in Hardpoint, and he looks great. He's been taking over games in the Hardpoints, and that's what they need out of a player like that.
Well, in Phantoms, especially Pac-Man, I think really important, and especially, you know, if you have someone who's going to be great at something, it might as well be those hard points.
Yeah, I mean, we like to see those young guns come through and actually step up. He has a lot of veterans around him that have a lot of years in Call of Duty, so for him to step up so quickly with this team, yeah, London happened, but forget that. Now that he's here in the league, he's proven that he deserves this spot on the team, and he's performing tremendously, like alongside Attach and now an improved Apathy. They're starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, Attach is absolutely insane. At least watching him throughout this series, he was putting on an absolute clinic. That Hardpoint, pretty sure he was like 30 and 12, something like that. And even in the S&D, double digits. He was picking up 3 pieces here and there. And that's just something you need out of your star players. You need them to show up where they need to, especially when you have Phantoms in your Hardpoints, you're running your rotations, you have J-Cap and Apathy are just going to fly around and do all the stuff like that, but your main slayers are actually slaying.
Exotic was doing really well, too.
Yeah, Exotic was the best player on EG before Attach even joined, and I can see why he definitely deserves the spot still, now.
Yeah, and those hardpoints were so dominant. Like, everybody's going to look insane when you just win a hardpoint like that. That was one of the worst beatdowns that map won. Like, that was one of the worst hardpoint beatdowns.
60, right?
Or 63.
Well, they got outslayed by 42. That's the biggest margin.
If you're an LG fan, this is what you need. Right here, this is just this. We've already seen this before. This is history repeating itself. So what you need is Nameless to go like, LG's my favorite team. These guys suck. Go on a rant about LG. You need us on Trading Shots to say one of these guys needs to get dropped. They just need us to say how bad they are, talk crap about them, so they can come back next week and remember how to play the game.
Now, they know that they're trash.
Some tough love.
Yeah, but that's what we said last time. They're trash, and then they won the event. That's the same thing we're seeing. They're legitimately trash again. They're trash again. I'll say it. They're trash. Really, really bad. 250 to 60.
That is insane. They got outslayed by 42
again. So I'm saying this to help out LG and their
outslayed by 42.
Well, now that they know that they're trash again, they can go back and like figure out how to become untrash. So you go back and you go because like these matches are really bad. 42 kills with some of the best talent
with
across all
across the board. Slack.
Some of the best talent that you could ask for.
With Classic.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
So on that note, we're going to talk about our Astro MVP speculation.
Wait, hold on.
The day.
Classic was using a Rampart on that game 4. Huh? Or not a Rampart, a can on that game 4.
It is what it is.
Like,
listen, it is what it is.
Like, use it on a small map at least.
We good to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah. All right, great.
I just had to bring it up.
Let's talk about our Astro MVP speculation, and it's from neither of those teams. It is Karma on Optic Gaming. Again, 3-0 so far this week, having a very, very good showing.
He went 12-0 in S&D today. That is something
ain't no thing.
You don't even see. Like Karma, he's putting on the show.
You see it out of him, though.
It's with the AK, too. It's this weapon right here. It's unacceptable. Like, it kills in 3 bullets, and he ran around and just destroyed everything. This was unbelievable. Celium needs to win that, and this is why he's a 3-time champion.
I have to correct myself, by the way. He's using the can on game.
There you go.
On Gridlock, which is like, I don't know if he's using there. But yeah, moving back to this series, out of Karma especially, was just amazing. Like, 12-0 in Search and Destroy. Like, to have a flawless search, that's insane. Only a player like Karma can do something like that.
That's very true. And again, I think that whole entire team clearly performing up to expectation. But I want to rewind a little bit and kind of talk about EG just a little bit more now that we're starting to see somewhat where they can go. Study, like, how high do you think their ceiling might be able to get? I mean, top 3, second, maybe first.
I don't want to push it that far.
Or is it way too soon? Is it way too soon?
They beat UIU and they beat a broken down LG team. So we don't really know the standings for this team yet. You know, we know how inconsistent some of these players can be against like top powerhouse teams. So it all depends on the amount of practice that they're going to get and also the reputations. I'm expecting their control. Then it needs to improve drastically for me.
All right, let's talk about our PlayStation damage dealt leaderboard. Once again, see where things fall. Dylan on top from Reciprocity. Again, they did get their win over Gen G earlier today, which I think was a bit of a surprise, but followed by Envoy and Phantoms. And again, we talked about it. Phantoms performing extremely well for his team.
just in respawns, just in general. The guy played 6 maps. His yesterday was a 1.82. Now it's a 1.9. Like, that is unbelievable. That means he's basically just dominating every single map, going at least double positive. We saw him in that Arsenal. He was like 22 and 10. He's just taking over, plain and simple.
And Scraps is having back-to-back huge, like back-to-back huge days. Even though they lost Optic today, he still proved to be a fantastic player. He's been one of the best players consistently throughout all of Black Ops 4 so far. Even though his results at tournaments might not show it, he's been playing amazing.
I mean, it was at this point last year where Scraps really became like that superstar, where he was just taking over games and single-handedly winning them. And he's found himself in a system where he is that superstar on this team, and they look to him to take over, and he's a player who will rise to the occasion time and time, and we've seen him do it consistently in the Pro League with this team.
Now let's take a look at our standings, see how things are starting to shuffle along now that we're almost done with our very first week. You can see now Gen.G and Optic tied 10 and 4. Midnight right behind them at 8 and 5. And again,
EG move up a spot. They went from dead last to passing UIU, 4-9, new roster. I expect UIU, if you're asking me, I expect UIU to just stay at the bottom. For me, I feel like I said, we said it yesterday, the better teams are just starting to pull away. And EG, obviously, it's a new roster. They're currently sitting on a 4-9. They're on a 2-win spree. New roster, plain and simple. It's not the same old team. They're bringing something new, and it's good to see.
that is certainly true. I know there's probably some tensions going on behind us. But again, I think that talks to the point of Evil Geniuses moving up over UIU. Now they're about 1 game behind LG, and that's seeing them move up into that next slot, potentially. But now you have it scheduled in front of you for our last day. First week of Pro League, starting things off with Reciprocity and FaZe Clan. Sure to be very, very exciting. But that's it for us for the most part for today. The very first week of Pro League after London is almost done. We have just 1 more day. UIU fails once again to find a win after going Game 5 against Midnight. Optic continues their win streak 3-0 against FaZe Clan, who continue to show improvement, looking better every day. Reciprocity holds the upset of the day, toppling Gen.G in Game 5, who sits at the top of the division. And of course, Evil Geniuses takes down a struggling Luminosity. We kick off Thursday with FaZe Clan versus Reciprocity.